In today's video, we're going to use a free picture. I got this one from Unsplash, as you can see. And we're going to download it to the iPad. It'll go into the files. And then we're going to use that to create a texture. When you're creating these textures, make certain that you own the rights to the picture. These photos here on Unsplash are free for use. If it's not, then it's going to tell you. In this particular case, it's the general free for use. You can use it in whatever you want, just modify it a little bit, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So I've already downloaded this. This is just a screenshot to show you where I got it. And let's go into our Files app, and here it is. And what you do is you click on this symbol right up here at the top right. And if you don't see PROcreate up here at the top, which you can see right here, you can slide over. And if it's not there, click on More, and you can add it from here. So we're going to click on PROcreate, and it says it's sending it to PROcreate. And what that'll do is put it in your main PROcreate screen. And what I've done, of course, is I've moved one into my YouTube gallery so that we can play with it. And here's the picture. It's a square picture, so that makes it perfect. And you want to know what this is going to look like as a texture, so click on your little magic wand up here at the top. Go to the Hue, Saturation, Brightness, and turn the saturation all the way down. That's right here in the middle. That turns it into a black and white image. Click on the magic wand again, and then tap on layer 1 and say copy. I'm going to create a new layer and then turn layer 1 off. And we're going to start up a new brush. And I'm going to put it in my patterns. So we're going to click on the plus sign right here. We're going to go down to Grain, do Edit, Import, and Paste. Now, because this grain is not the same on the right side over here as it is on the left side, or going up and down, what you'll need to do is click on this auto repeat right here in the middle. And this says, okay, how do you want to repeat this? And play around with these settings to see what you like. You got border overlap. I like to have mine pretty high. And then the mirror overlap here actually will put a left side into a left side and a right side into a right side. And let's increase the border overlap. And I'm going to leave all the rest of it the same. And then I'm going to click Done. And it creates the texture. And you can now see it in preview on the right-hand panel. So if we wipe across here, you can see it going through, but you see how it basically overwrites itself? Let's go to Rendering and choose Light Glaze. And you can see that in the preview, it immediately snaps to something that works for us. We're going to go to Apple Pencil and turn the opacity here all the way down to none. In Properties, let's make this a maximum size of 400. And what did I forget? In Grain, where it says Zoom Cropped, change that all the way down to the bottom to follow size. And then choose your scale. Right now it's at 25%. If you zoom it in a little bit more, then you get less of a grid texture like you see here. So I'm going to put it at about 50. And then I'm going to click done. And right now my cursor is set for 65. I want it to be about 60% to test this out. And we swipe across, and here you go. So now if I choose blue, here's a nice blue-green. That gives us a lovely blue marble or even water texture. If we select this and go to distort and move these out like this, then it starts to look like the surface of the water where it's closer towards the bottom and further away towards the top. And that's how you can create a texture. But this is not the only way. You can also create a texture by going into a new canvas, click on your wrench up here at the top, and use Take a Photo. And in here, I've got on layer 1 a photo I took of my sidewalk outside my door. You will notice that it is shaped like the iPad is shaped. That's not a problem. I'm going to go to Uniform, and I'm going to increase the size at the top, increase the size at the bottom, and there we go. We now have a square texture. It's already black and white, but there's little hints of tan in this. So I'm going to go to the hue, saturation, and brightness, turn the saturation all the way down, and there we go. Once again, copy that layer, turn that layer off, and go up to layer 2, start up a new brush, and we go to grain, we go to edit, import, and paste. And once again, it's not an infinite texture, so you're going to have to do an auto repeat. And you can do the mirror overlap. And if you want, you can even rotate it until it looks more like what you want it to look. You can change the grain scale. And you can see that I have this scratch here in the middle. Don't really want to highlight that so much, so I'm going to make that really small. I'm going to reduce my border overlap a little bit. Looks a little wavy. Let's increase that some. All right. And that looks like it'll be okay. So I will click on Done, and it creates the texture. Once again, zoom. We're going to put all the way down to follow size. I'm going to increase my scale. And I'm going to paint over here so I can see what it is I'm doing. Let's go to rendering, change that to light glaze, and there we go. And go to properties. I'm going to set maximum to 400. And we'll click on done. The cursor is currently at 51%. Let's try that out. And that doesn't look too bad. Okay, let's try this. We're going to go for a gray color. There we go. And let's set this to multiply. And then when we color anything underneath it, then it picks up that texture. And then play with the blend modes. This is multiply, there's darken, color burn, which as you can see makes the texture disappear except where there's color. On the layer underneath. So that's a good way to get textures on things that you might be drawing. All right, and there you go. That's two different methods of getting pictures for your textures. Remember, if you just popped it off of a Google search, it's not likely that you own it, so it's not a brush that you can sell. And if you use the brush, it will not be a product that you can sell. It's only for personal use unless you own the rights to that particular picture that you use for your texture. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you have a wonderful day.